Hey, it's your girl Love or Amore, depending on the day, depending on how I feel, depending on how you feel. Call me what you want, but don't call me for friends.
And this is Cool Joe, and you are listening to the Spiritual AF podcast, where there is 2 hosts and 2 moons.
It's 3 moons. Hey y'all, it's your girl Love or Amore. Call me what you want. Don't call me for fronts.
Hey, motherfuckers. It's Cool Joe. And you're listening to the Black and Spiritual AF podcast. Episode number... I think this is like...
This is one of those, what you call it? The mini-sodes. Compared to our regular episodes.
Yeah,
so we wanted to take a quick break into the Chakra Rocker series just to give y'all a little something beautiful.
Yeah, we have a special guest today, so it's kind of exciting. This is our first on-air guest. We talked to a lot of people not on the podcast, but
all the time.
Now we're gonna talk to somebody on the podcast with y'all.
2022,
boo.
All new.
Yes.
Y'all ready?
I'm acting brand new in 2022. I made a bunch of shirts that said that for the new year. And it was a hit. I'm acting brand new in 2022.
Definitely did.
People all about that. But yeah, so we're gonna talk to a lovely young lady named Dominique.
Yep.
Dominique Von Buxaplenty.
Yes.
That's a cool name. I need to call
myself
Cool Joe.
She's pretty cool. I think y'all gonna like her a lot. Follow her social media. She has some very engaging, entertaining content online.
True.
She has an amazing story. How it came about, her spirit guides reached out to my spirit guides and they was like, hey, yo, what's up? And then she was like, hey, yo, what's up? So basically she manifest queen, like for real. And it literally threw it into my way. And y'all know I be listening when spirit be talking and whatnot. So spirit put it in my ear like, you need her right now in the podcast. And literally I reached out to her and she was like, wow, I was just manifesting this. Like, hey, this is what happens. This is how we do it.
So yeah, that's what's up, and it's always good to have more insights onto manifestation because there's many different ways to do it.
Absolutely.
And she definitely lends some information on her socials, and she has her own brand.
She
that
has
she's
a
pumping.
whole book download that you can download. You can purchase it from her and download it to your phone or computer or whatever, and it helps. It teaches you a technique of manifesting love, which is pretty impressive. It seems like it's something that you who are listening need to download, so go ahead and check her out. I think you guys will really like that one.
True. So without further ado, we're going to get into our interview with Miss
Von Buxaplenty. We'd like to introduce Ms. Dominique Von Buxaplenty.
We're really happy to have you on here.
Yes.
Thank you for asking me on.
So if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, we're here.
Okay, I'm Dominique Von Buxaplenty. I'm a multi-hyphenate, hoodoo practitioner, tarot reader, manifestation coach, author, speaker, model. I try to do it all. Hat maker. So yes, I try to do it all.
Yes. The hat that you're wearing, this red one, is this a hat you made?
The unholy hat, yes, I made that.
That's a nice hat. It's a really great hat.
I'm gonna have to check you out. I have a pretty solid hat collection myself, so I'm into.
Hey, look me up on TikTok, Dearly Departed Hat Co. Instagram, Dearly Departed Hat Co. It's literally my most favorite thing to do at the moment is create hats.
Okay, love creativity. We're artists over here ourselves, so that's a beautiful thing.
Awesome.
So, you said that you are a hoodoo practitioner and a tarot card reader.
Yes.
How long have you been doing hoodoo? Was it something that you were born into, or was it something that you started on your own?
My journey is a little wonky. I think every Black girl in America that is being called spiritually kind of dealt with their Wiccan phase, because we really didn't know that there were Black witches or hoodoo practitioners. When we were younger, I started practicing or being called to practice in elementary school. I was, the weird kid on recess, doing like weird spells in the corner. And then, high school rolled around. I was, the tarot card reader. Kind of fell off of that once I got to my grandmother's house. She was pretty religious. And then I kind of stopped. And then my late 20s, I went and got a reading from a pretty prominent hoodoo practitioner in Los Angeles. And, she told me that hoodoo would be a major part of my life and my business. And at that point in time, I didn't know anything about it. So I started asking my grandmother, and turns out her uncle was a two-headed doctor in Arkansas. So that kind of led me down a really cool path. And here I am, 2022, changing lives.
Okay.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I feel like what you said was true. A lot of Black women did start with the Wicca because we didn't know that
right.
was for us.
And it's interesting that you learned through just doing a little bit of research that, you have a family history of spirituality through your, I don't know, great uncle maybe. I don't know what to call it.
Great uncle, I believe.
Great uncle. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, like I so happen to ask. Like my great grandmother, she's very religious, and I just wanted to know. I'm like, hey, is there any magic in our family? Is there any like hoodoo or voodoo? And she just told me like this really long story about how my uncle used to have a line outside of his house every Sunday healing people, and he would go by the river and sacrifice chicken.
Wow.
So when you did the dive into that history of your family, I'm just curious. Like, did you find more family members who practice?
Just him. That's all I know so far. I'm still doing like deep diving. I know I ended up all the way in Louisiana. I thought we, started and stopped in Arkansas, but now I'm figuring out that we're deeper into Louisiana, into, Creole people. And I'm just like, okay, now I need to maybe go into like record people to see what I could find.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
That's pretty cool. So, can you tell us a little bit about where you're at now that we have a little bit of background? So, where you landed on, and what are you doing, to help the people or help yourself?
Right now, I'm in Las Vegas, and how I'm helping my community. I'm mostly concentrated on Black women. Usually manifestation work, money work, love work, things that can advance them into better futures. I most of my content usually is about manifestation. I was able to change my life in 6 months through manifestation and taking drastic action about 4 years ago. So now I'm able to teach, and I've helped people get jobs, promotions, move out of dangerous situations into their own places, move out of their parents' home into their own places, just advance all together. And it's been an amazing journey. So I just want to keep on doing it. And this year I'm planning on being on stages talking about manifestation and how it can help in your life.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I think that's really powerful how, you were able to kind of find what your calling is and, be able to help other people get to a place where, they're healing themselves from the trauma that they've been through.
We all need a little help. I needed help. And now that I'm, on my journey, healing more and more each day, I want to be able to help others to do the same. For sure.
I was just wondering, so where are you originally from, and how did you land in Vegas? It's such an interesting town. I love Vegas, but a lot of times when I think about it, I think of it's a great place to visit. Not sure if it'll be a place for me to live, but I do love the city. So how'd you end up in Vegas?
Vegas has always been like a stepping stone for me, somewhere I eventually wanted to move to start my life. I grew up in Los Angeles, California, Gardena, Orange County, LA, Anaheim. That's pretty much where I've been. But when I had my 20 girls, there are 12 now. When I had them, I just kind of had an itch. Like I wanted to do something more. I wanted to do something better. So over the years, I tried and failed everything in LA, even the spiritual business, tried and failed. T-shirt company had a horror themed event show with burlesque shows and freak shows and classic horror movies. Like I did the whole nine, just trying to create businesses and do something better for myself, for my girls. And eventually it got kind of stagnant. Kind of started living my life in a actual like circle. It was over and over again. So I got to do something different. I was living in LA, housing, county, I had a job. And I was just kind of sitting at my grandmother's house when I didn't have anything to do, just kind of fettering my life away. And March 2019, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I started to, I went into like a deep depression, kind of wanting more for myself. And I was cleaning up my room after a bout of depression, and I was making my bed. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be? I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to live in public housing. It's not safe for my children. And my uncle, who had passed away 2 years prior, I literally heard him say, I'm going to need you to get a job. Wow. And I'm just like, what? It kind of spooked me because I heard his voice say, get a job. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I started looking for, pardon?
So pause real quick just to ask a question about that. Like, have you heard spirits before, or was that like the first time?
I've heard spirits before, but nothing that clear.
Right.
it was like he was standing right next to me, and I was very close to my uncle, so there was no mistaking that I was tripping or it was something I heard on the TV. No, it was
Right.
his voice. Get a job.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his thing. You either go to school or you get a job.
Right.
That was his thing. So I knew for a fact it was him. And I started looking for jobs in LA. Nothing at all. Couldn't find one to save my life. Went on an interview, went on 3 interviews for the same job. Thought I was in to win. Lost it. Don't know why. Don't know how. I just knew I was a shoe-in, and that let me know that Los Angeles wasn't where I was supposed to be.
Right.
I had a friend out here in Las Vegas, and she has been trying to get me down here forever. So I'm like, I just bit the bullet and was like, okay, I'm going to start applying for jobs in Las Vegas. Got the first job I applied for. That was crazy.
Me.
Yeah, like from
Where you're supposed to be, and from the line, it seemed like that was like when people was losing jobs, you know, in the pandemic. So that's a message for you right there.
right. So I left and I came out here June 2019. And 6 months later, I was in my own place, living it up. I had to leave my girls in Los Angeles. I had to sacrifice time with them during the summer and the time that they were in school. I was going back and forth to LA. Like, it's 4 hours away. Like, I was driving 4 hours every Friday to go visit my kids. It was so hard to have to leave them over and over and over again for 7 months. I got my place 6 months later, but they didn't get to be with me back home until like 7-8 months later, because I didn't want to just like drag them out of school.
Right.
I wanted to wait till Christmas break, and then, you know, you guys come back fresh next semester. But it's been a dream. You know, when I first got down here, I have a book that I write all my manifestations in. I said I wanted to build a personal brand. I wanted to, you know, be more prominent on social media. That July, I went viral.
Nice.
And I said I wanted to build a personal brand. A brand coach contacted me and was like, I want to work with you. And I'm like, dang, okay, cool. So boom, great opportunity just fell into my lap. He's like, it's like $700 to work with me. I'm like, don't have that right now. Give me till next week. That weekend, I won 2 jackpots at the casino. I don't even play the slots. I don't even gamble. I just so happened to go with some friends and won over $3,000 on the same slot machine Friday and Sunday.
That's amazing. It's beautiful and amazing when, you know, the manifestation start working out for you, coming to you. And, you know, you really, other people don't understand it, but you know what's going on. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes. That's why I teach it and I preach it. You can literally manifest the life of your dreams. It's not going to fall in your lap. It's literally by strategically going out and taking drastic actions on the things that you want to do. When you start manifesting, that's when the opportunities are going to come. That's when your discernment has to be a little bit sharper. Say, yes, this is the opportunity for me, or maybe that's not it, but let me do something else.
I say. Sometimes, and a lot of times, like I like how you say your discernment has to be sharper. Like you have to literally be looking out for the opportunities, you know. And I say that all the time. Like too often we focus on, you know, the adversities in our lives, and we miss those opportunities, and we don't take action on them, or we're not prepared for the opportunity once it presents itself. And I think that's the key to understanding how to manifest. The opportunity is gonna come. You got to be ready for it to take advantage of it. And it's, it seems like that's what you've been doing. So,
man, I jump when it's time to jump. When I'm scared and I have anxiety, to get down here, like my clients that tell me that they're scared or they're anxious, I let them know, like, I had to take an Ativan. I had to take an anxiety pill just to take the leap to get on the freeway to drive here. And then when I got here, I had a massive panic attack. But guess what? I'm here.
Absolutely.
I never say it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna come with ease. You get that?
Yeah, I like that. It's not gonna be easy, but it's gonna come with ease.
It does. It feels like that.
That's great. I'm glad you got to this point where you are.
Me too.
It's a journey.
So, keeping with kind of the theme, I think I was wondering, like, do you have any sort of advice that you would give to someone who has found spirituality, and maybe even a practitioner of some sorts? Like, do you have any advice for somebody who is really still trying to find their place in the world, or in the world of spirituality? Any insights that you can give? Because a lot of our listeners are people who are beginning their journey, people who may be wanting to learn more.
Just start. Literally, just start. You can research. You can get all the teachers you can find, but it's not going to stick unless you start throwing darts at the wall, unless you start doing the things that you're reading about. To find a notebook, my favorite thing to do is write. That is where my magic is. So find a notebook, start writing out your thoughts, start writing out the things that you want, start writing little spells, rituals that pop up in your head, because it's spirit coming to you, telling you to write these things down.
Sure.
Pay attention to the messages, pay attention to the synchronicities that come into your life. When you start your spiritual journey, shit ain't a coincidence anymore.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's my wife said.
It's not a coincidence anymore. This is direct from spirit.
Yeah, things line up for a reason, and it's kind of amazing how that works. It's been working this whole time. It's just about understanding it.
Yes, are creating your life. And when you start getting intentional, that's when shit start getting a little spooky, because now you're like, okay, I just made this happen. Let me see what else I can make happen.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, getting intentional with it and letting the magic work and making the magic work. I always tell people, a lot of it is the thought energy you put into it, but you gotta put some work behind it too.
Right.
That's
right.
One of
light as many candles as you want to. You can light candles. You can do as many spells as you want to, but if you're not stepping outside that door, if you're not taking a chance on yourself, it ain't gonna work.
That part. I tell that to so many people. So many people. So yes, that is
because we have a skewed vision of what magic is. We have the TV version of magic where we say abracadabra and it shows up.
Right.
That's not how it is. You do the magic and then you go for it, and then it comes easier. You get the things that you need in time. You're not struggling to make this happen because you've already done the magic behind the scene. All you doing now is collecting.
True.
Go and collect.
You gotta go get it.
Go get your stuff.
It works out. It works out when you take a chance on yourself, when you take a chance on your magic, when you believe that this is you and this is what you're doing. Like, shit works out. I've seen amazing things happen. I have a client where me and her was both crying on the phone during her reading, and 3 weeks later she was in an apartment of her dreams, getting a job, paying well over what she was asking. Like, and we was just nodding and crying on the phone.
Shame.
That's how it is.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's a beautiful thing. You know, we're in the I don't want to say business, but I am going to say business. We're in the business of helping people, and like, that's the greatest business to be in. You know, especially when it comes from an organic place. When it comes from, you know, you really just helping guide people towards them being their greatest self. It's the rewards are, you know, unprecedented, and it's really cool.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It really feels good to do what I do. It feels good to get messages from people that I haven't even worked with, just from listening to my content, have excelled leaps and bounds in their lives. It feels so good because this is what I dreamed about. This is what I manifested. You know, people say thank you. Like, I'm like, you guys are my wildest dream.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope.
It is such a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
I have another question. You mentioned that you had some girls, 2 girls, I believe.
Yes.
Twins. Oh, twins. Oh,
yes, I have twin girls.
Oh, man, I don't know if I could. Well, if I had to do it, I would do it. We got 7 in total, so
Oh boy.
I on the baby's toy. You hear that? But with that being said, I wanted to ask. So, when, like, do you talk to your girls about hoodoo, about spirituality, and in what context do you do that, if you do it, and, like, as far as bringing them up in that, you know, in this current, you know, world we're in, where there's so many stigmas on things, like, how do you handle all that?
They've always been brought up into it. I've always kept some type of small altar. In our first apartment, you know, it was just on my dresser, and they would ask questions and they'd want to be around, and I'd always answer truthfully. And December 2020, our grandmother passed away. She was everybody knows her as her being my mother, but she was my grandmother, my baby's great grandmother. And that kind of led us into ancestor veneration.
Right.
So we've kind of been doing that. I have a more stable altar here at our apartment now, and, you know, they'll, you know, refresh the water, make some coffee. They'll ask if she wants some candy. You know, they'll, you know, work with me while I'm refreshing my altar, and, you know, they'll offer to do their own thing, but they definitely venerate her. So just kind of leading them into slowly.
Right, and that's beautiful. You know, we do a lot of the similar things with our little ones as well. But I think a lot of people wonder about that. I've seen people ask questions about that in the group and whatnot. So just to know that, you know, this is something that we can and we should, you know, pass on to our young, and help them in the ways of you know, kind of understanding the importance of ancestor veneration, and understanding that a lot of stigma that comes with African spirituality and things like that is unfounded, and a lot of it is because we live in a country and society where we have been taught to repress those things. I think that's good. That's amazing.
Yeah, I just want to be able to be out in the open with my children. We have a pretty good open door policy, in regards to their life. And I want to be able to keep an open door policy about, my practice. We're not getting into like baneful magic or anything like that, but I do want to teach them the basics. We worked on things like how to get better grades.
That makes a lot of sense, right?
Better grades, how to have a positive year, magically certain crystals or talismans that they could put on their backpacks to keep them safe, that kind of thing.
That makes a lot of sense. So do you think that if one of your daughters, like at the age they are now, you said they're 12, right?
Yes, they're 12.
If they asked you right now if they could do tarot or something else within like your hoodoo traditions, like what do you think you would say to that? Do you think there's a certain age limit, I guess, to do certain things, or like how do you?
I told them 13. I said they could wait for 13, and I was gonna give them like a kid-friendly deck, something that's easy to read, something they could practice with their friends, only with permission. Because I always tell them, like, never try to tap into anybody that that doesn't give consent. Consent is everything when it comes to spiritual. So always be mindful of that. And yeah, so I just tell them, wait till you're 13 and I'll get you books, and I'll buy you guys a deck and you guys could work it out like that. And any questions you have, I'm obviously gonna lay it out for them.
Absolutely.
That's good. Yeah, I think that's good.
It gives them something to look forward to.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. And that's just being a parent in general. We set age rules and boundaries and limits with our kids as well, because for one, give them something to look forward to, and everything's not for everybody. Your mind's still developing.
Right.
From reading tarot to dating, going on dates to
right.
All these different things. So that's good. You parent as you see fit, but
Absolutely.
keeping in mind that you want to make sure your kids are safe and have the right tools.
Definitely.
What they're supposed to be doing.
Definitely.
So, have you had a situation where your daughter's friends came over or they asked questions and anything happened? Like,
what, they saw you on social media, like, oh, that's your mama?
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Does that mean she's a witch? Is she bad?
Right.
It's so funny because my kids have all their friends thinking I'm famous, because I have about 44,000 followers on TikTok. So everybody's on TikTok and think that's cool.
Oh, you famous.
That's what it's so funny, because like my daughter Madison, she's like over her class. Like, oh yeah, Mom. Totally starstruck. I'm just like in my pajamas. Like, hey kid, going. But there was a girl. She lived I think she lives like next door to us. So my girls, she'll give me a reading. An older kid, 18 years old.
Right.
I always tell like I don't read children, but I'll definitely, when she gets 18, tell her we'll burn it solid for an hour.
All right, so before we close out, we wanted to give you an opportunity to share anything that you have going on, share your socials and any way people can reach you, all that good stuff.
Okay, awesome. So you can find me on TikTok. I post there regularly at Von Buxaplenty. Instagram, same name, Von Buxaplenty. My website to get my spell candles, my manifestation book, my manifestation journals in regards to the zodiac. All of that is on my website, DominiqueVonBuxaplenty.com. Same with my hats for Dearly Departed Hat Co. It's on the website, DominiqueVonBuxaplenty.com. I have a collection of hats that are pre-made, and I have an option to create your own custom. They all come with a reusable hat box and a satin dust cover. If you want to book a reading with me, a manifestation consultation, a baby witch crash course, also click on the book me link at the top of my website. And like I said, we could burn it solid for an hour.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it. If you want to catch me live, doing live readings, you could always catch me on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah, TikTok is banging. Congratulations to your success on TikTok.
Absolutely. So your success in all of it, it's amazing. It sounds like everything that you went through took you through it so that you can get here, and it sounds like it's a beautiful thing, and I know that this year is going to be a very successful one for you.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Like the conversations we had and like all of it, it's such a beautiful thing, and I'm really excited for you. Can you spell? I'm gonna plug your stuff in the what is it called? The bio. The show notes. I'll go ahead and plug your details there, but if you can go ahead and spell it for everybody who wants to just hear it and go to it right now, just spell your first and last name.
Okay, so my first name is DOMINIQUE, Dominique. Von Buxaplenty is VONBUXAPLENTY. Von Buxaplenty.
Thank you so much, and we are so blessed to have had you on the show. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to record with us. We're so happy to be here. Yay.
Appreciate you both. Thank you. This was one of my manifestations, to be on more podcasts this year, and you guys were the first one of this year, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Shay, it was good talking to you. We'll stay in contact. You have a beautiful day.
You too.
All right, thank you. Much success to you.
Thank you so much. Much success to you both. I appreciate you both.
Yo, check it out. It's Cool Joe from the Black and Spiritual AF podcast. I just want to let you guys know that we're having this dope ass event on 2/22/22. It's an online event, so you ain't gotta go nowhere. You can get your tickets at bit.ly/MYF2222. Tickets are only $22. If you use the discount code SAF11, all caps, you can save some money on that too. So check out this event. We got a crazy lineup. It's all about manifesting your future. The lineup is crazy. We got people from many different walks of life who have manifested
crazy success in their lives. We got a numerologist who's been in the game for 50 years. We got Hollywood writers and actors. We got world-renowned lyricists, spoken word artists. Come on, check out the event. Get your tickets today.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed our show with Miss Von Buxaplenty. We hope you learned a little bit.
Make sure you check her out on TikTok. She's a TikTok star. Help add to those numbers. Maybe she'll shout you out or something. Lots of good information. Check out her website. Check out those custom hats that she's slanging.
They are dope. I think I need to get the one with Bruja on it. Looks just like me.
Bruja?
Looks like something I wear on my head.
It look like the sweater you have on right now that says Bruja, actually.
Most of my clothes say Bruja.
But yeah, thanks for hanging with us one more time. For your mind. Again, we acted brand new in 2022. That means we recorded a bunch of episodes because we didn't do that last year.
We got y'all. We gonna get y'all right.
So,
that was just the first of many guests we're gonna have on here. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave feedback. Any comments y'all might have. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
At Spiritual AF Metaphysical.
We still on Clubhouse too. Hey.
You on Clubhouse? People still on Clubhouse?
I think so.
I got kicked out the Clubhouse because I have an iPhone, so they kicked me out the Clubhouse. I've been kicked out of better places though. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for listening, and we out, mother sucker.
Hey.
Testes. Hey everybody, thanks for listening. If you want to support our podcast, there's lots of ways you can do that.
You can Cash App us, Spiritual AF 444. Patreon us, which is Spiritual AF Metaphysical. Our PayPal is love@spiritualafmetaphysical.com, or you can book a reading or any other thing at the website www.spiritualafmetaphysical.com.
Thanks for the support. Love you all.